Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Sunday, October the 8th. The year is 2023. Let's talk trading. Weekly, open, and gap. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And just a quick reminder about risk management. Let's make sure your position size and stop loss are utilized so you don't lose any more on any one single trade than you're willing to lose. In fact, I was talking with a trader over the weekend, and they were asking me about, the risk. I said, I can't tell you. You have to decide. I mean, let's say you have $1,000 account. Are you willing to lose $10 on a trade, $100 on a trade, $250 on a trade? You have to pick what you're willing to risk. I would say, maybe $50 to $100. I mean, if you lose $50, you have to lose 20 times in a row to blow your account. Are you that good that you could lose 20 times in a row? Now, some people go, don't you mean that bad? No, I mean that good. Are you that good at picking the direction the market isn't going to go 20 times in a row? I mean, that would really be a feat. That's because that would be equivalent of picking it, going in the direction that you pick. Having them, if you pick a direction and it goes against you 20 times in a row, then you're on to something. I mean, really think about that. So, bottom line is, make sure you have a risk. So, let's say you pick wrong 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 times in a row. It doesn't take you out of the game. But once again, can you pick wrong 10 times in a row? I mean, it'd really be tough. So I just want you to think about that as we move along here. So taking a quick look here, we're right around the weekly open within 0.4. In fact, we have a bunch of gaps that haven't filled if you look at the dashboard here. And in fact, we opened 43 pips below last week's close. That's something else. That's really huge. But I guess a lot of pairs have gapped down, and all the ones that have gapped up look like they filled so far. So it should be an interesting week ahead. We zoom out to the monthly. We're 19 pips above the open. And as far as the Wick Zone goes, it looks like we're inside the candle body. Or maybe we're right on the edge of the candle body. Let's see, we've got the close at 129.99, and here we are. Yep, we're right there. So we're not in the Wick Zone, we're not in the body, we're right on the edge. Once again, looking at the weekly, you can see we're above that weekly pivot. We are putting in the opening range for the week right now. We can see that opening range for the year. And we can see the opening range here for the month. So we are inside the opening range for the year. It looks, well, let's see now. High year, open year, low year. No, we're still above that opening range. But we are inside the opening range for the month right here. $110 pips above the yearly open, 397 above the low, when we're 942 off the high. Now we have some inside bar trades here, but as far as the pound goes, we are in that monthly inside bar from 8 months ago. but we're below the daily inside bar from 25 days ago, and the inside bar on the weekly was 6 weeks ago. Range, we are about almost 7.5 hours into the trading day here, but no pairs are over 100 pips, and the pound's only at 29. And as you can see here, we've got a big gap still. It needs to fill, it looks like. We're toying with the double O there at 122 double O. And I'm itching to go short. Rat zone, not big enough. Bambino flex indicators saying to go long. Near the pivot, the bias is short, and we're 3 pips below the pivot, and we've crossed it. Near S1, bias is long. So this is the H4 pivot, one above, one below there. We can see on the chart, daily pivot's been crossed, not yet on the weekly. In fact, we've got 4 open weekly pivots for this year. And for the month, we've got 2 open pivots this year. And what's funny is we haven't been in and out of the Wick Zone. Due to that gap down, we haven't touched either Wick Zone. So that's something we don't see often. So we'll just have to see how things play out overnight and into tomorrow's trading day. Once again, only 29 pip range. We haven't broken out of the previous week's high or low. And looking at the trading screens, nothing to write home about. You can see here we haven't had much range on the M30, H1. At least we've had some over 10 pips. For anybody still trading wall mall method with the sweet spots set 5 apart, this one's set at the psychologicals 25 apart. And like I said, I'm really thinking about shorting around 2200. H4, you can see here, we've covered that previous H4. And there's some M30s though that haven't been covered. And looking at higher low, lower highs, you can see we had some 3 balls. We had highest low, good for a pip a couple of times there. We had a lower high here down at 96. That was good for about 4 or 5 pips to the upside. About 4 pips, not quite 5. And once again, you can see here the spread on this broker. Even if you went short, you'd still be down. So with these spread brokers, you know, when you have a pip or more spread, it's really tough sometimes doing those day trades, those scalping type trades. And once again, you know, the traders was asking, you know, where do you take profit? It's like you have to wait and see if there is a profit. You know, as I mentioned before, I really think trading gets down to one of 2 methods. You either live and die by each tick. You sit there and you watch price movement tick by tick, or you place your bet. You enter a trade, You pick a direction, you enter a trade, you place your stop loss, you place your take profit, and then you let the market decide if you're a winner or a loser. There's pros and cons to either method. Sometimes I think I should be a place your bet trader, but I guess I just like being in the action more than sitting back, placing a bet, walking away and see what happens. Maybe I'll have to do that, try that for a week just to see what happens. Or maybe give it, I don't know. I'm wondering how many trades I'd have to do like that. Let's see, how many trading days are left in this year? Probably 40, 50 trading days. I don't know. I'll have to think about it and see what happens. Thinking maybe just place one of those trades a day as a side, quote unquote, side bet, and then just do my normal trading. Might be interesting. See what the results are. Okay, we're at 39% of the ATR in the range. Let's see, let's just look at range by month. 224, not setting any records at the moment. Accumulated range. We haven't moved the needle. Didn't think we had. So looking here at the daily, previous bar was an outside bar. So expect to see if we break the previous day's high or low, expect a big move. And if we go out to the weekly, we're between wick zones. Fade to pivot sell down to 2180. Right now we're an inside bar because we only have those, what's it, 29 pips of range. And then looking at the monthly, inside the lower wick zone. And so far we've got a lower high and a lower low, but we're still green. The monthly open being 2179. So we'll just have to wait and see if it breaks that monthly open. So, fellow traders, this week we'll probably continue some of the trading stories, getting a lot of positive feedback. In fact, one trader said he liked one so much he's watched it 3 times. I guess that's a real high compliment, so thank you. Somebody feels what Walmall and I put out is worthy of 3 watches. I guess they're taking notes and figuring something out on their own. Because, trading's like swimming. To learn, you got to get wet and you got to do it on your own. You can read all the books, watch all the videos, and have the instructors show you, but you just got to get in there and do it yourself. And trading's the same way. And just don't be persuaded by all those others with so many things on the chart you can't see price. It's so ridiculous, really is. Anyway, fellow traders, I hope you had a fun and safe weekend. I'm going to wish you a profitable week of trading, and I want you to always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.